Here's a question. Are you feeling stressed out today?
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
we have more on our special series for National Stress Awareness Month that parents really need to see this.
Yeah, this is interesting. Earlier this week, we tracked our stress. We used a new device. Well, this morning, we're looking at how stress can affect kids. It can be especially challenging for teenagers, and a lot of us remember that. Stephanie Gosk is here with the story. Hi, Steph.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I mean, it is a tough time for kids. You have to fit in, get good grades, handle family pressure. It's a familiar struggle, but with new research underway, some schools are now taking a proactive, creative approach for the first time, launching new programs designed to manage teen stress and avert tragedy. It's ranked one of America's happiest places to live, laid back and beautiful. But even here in San Luis Obispo, California, the teenagers still get stressed out.
It's a very stressful atmosphere, high school is.
So the high school is tackling the problem head on.
It's an amazing measure that you guys are taking.
These teens are all members of REACH, the school's innovative club designed to reduce anxiety.
Starting to listen to one another to see how we perceive things is stressful.
Gina Biegel, an adolescent psychotherapist and author of Be Mindful and Stress Less, was brought in to help run the club. She says a key is mindfulness.
How does mindfulness help teens with stress?
When you look at stress and how it affects different teens, it's how they appraise and perceive it. It's attending to things and start tuning into things as they're happening so they don't get much bigger.
Many experts say social media may have a lot to do with increased stress levels.
Teens are dealing with so much more today than they ever have before.
Is that different today? I remember as a kid having similar pressure as a teenager. Isn't that just the nature of being a teenager?
I think it's different today.
The day we were there, the teens identified their stresses, talking openly to one another.
I think Reach Club has definitely encouraged me to reach out to friends.
But it's not just about talking, it's doing. Big activities like community projects or smaller ones, like distributing random kindness notes.
How much a part of this work is Tomas?
Oh, I feel him.
The idea for this club was born out of tragedy. After Anna O'Sullivan's son, Tomas, took his own life 2 years ago, at just 16 years old.
There's a small part of me that says, this is for you, and I'm sorry we didn't have it when you needed it.
It's a nationwide problem. Teen suicide rates are soaring, up a staggering 70% since 2006, according to the CDC. And 30% of teens say they've been sad or depressed because of stress.
Because the brain is so plastic and malleable, during childhood, experiences of adversity and stress can have a particularly pronounced effect on the brain during this period of time.
Katie McLaughlin runs the Stress and Development Lab at the University of Washington's School of Medicine.
If we understand how stress is changing the brain, we may be able to intervene early to prevent problems from emerging in the first place.
Without intervention, stress can get out of hand. 17-year-old Julia Shanahan had a scary moment one night while studying last year.
I started hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe.
She didn't realize it then, but it was a classic panic attack. A high school junior at the time, the stress was off the charts.
What does it feel like?
It feels paralyzing. You'll freeze up. You sort of feel like there's coils in your body because you're so tightly wound.
Therapy helped Julia identify her stress and discuss it openly, a critical part of the solution. Which is why researchers are now developing unconventional tools like this.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Emar.
A lot of what we're seeing are teens telling us this is very refreshing, and the key is without judgment.
Emar is a social robot prototype designed to measure adolescent stress levels.
How stressed do you feel right now?
Teens, they were born into a digital world, so it's very appropriate to be using technology in order to help them.
A low-tech idea that might one day complement other initiatives.
Draw a picture of your stress waves.
Like those at San Luis Obispo High.
This club has given me a new perspective.
School principal Leslie O'Connor sees a real improvement here.
There's a good chance that people will watch this and go, ugh, it's just touchy-feely California, and they'll dismiss it. Why shouldn't they?
I don't think they should dismiss it because it's not touchy-feely California, trust me. I think all schools are grappling with this throughout the nation. This is just another approach.
We should note that some level of stress is positive. It's actually motivating. We're wired that way, but too much gets dangerous. So experts say a few simple tips can help most teens. We've got them for you here. Put limits on screen time, cell phones, and definitely social media. It's so important to take breaks from that stuff. Cultivate strong face-to-face relationships with friends, teachers, coaches, and extended family. And when you feel anxious or overwhelmed, take a pause to be mindful and aware. And finally, get regular exercise and enough sleep, 7 or 8 hours consistently. Some of that stuff we should all do on a regular basis, too.
But those statistics in your piece, that 70% increase in teen suicide was jarring.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nick's school actually has a class for mindfulness.
Oh, really?
They take it every day, and it actually is. We've seen real results.
There's so much online interacting. Some people say, "Oh, my friend did this. My friend that's that." What friend? It's like, "Oh, my Facebook friend."
Yeah.
So that time together, really talking human to human is important.
Right.
Also consider the fact that when you were in high school, you would leave high school, go home, and cut off that interaction significantly. Now with social media, it is nonstop all the time, every hour of the day.
And gaming too.
All right. Thanks, Steph.